Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and as you can see, we have, I guess you would call this a sneak peek for the next update for Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and it tells us that Valenti and Eastin are coming along with several other events. So let's take a look at it, man, because most of us expected this already. So the seven could. I'm not gonna lie, this Valenti actually looks so good. Like her skills look. If you look at this Valenti, right, and then go back to the first Valenti that we got in the game, or even the second one that we just got a couple weeks ago, right? This one is like way cooler, way cooler. The skills and the effects just look awesome, right? So let's actually continue. However, this is not a step up banner, right? This is gonna be a similar banner to the Archangels, a similar banner to the level 80 banner that we got with Blue Derriere, Green Eastin, Nanashi, etc. However, I don't believe these characters will come at level 80. That would be nice. Net Marble, that would be nice. However, I wouldn't get my hopes up. So we have Magic Weapon MK2 Valenti of Obsession. This is essentially Awaken Valenti. Look at her. Look at her. If you like your lollies, man, hey, she looking nice. Anyways, then we have Red Eastin. I'm guessing this is going to be the final version of Eastin before we get the Awaken version, right? Because that's usually what they do. They do 3 regular versions and then they start doing the awakening versions. So this one right here is essentially kind of like a tank support, unlike the Green Eastin or even the Blue Eastin that are really like offensive support characters. It will be interesting to see what they give us for the first awaken Eastin, because all versions of Eastin, although the blue one can hit really hard, even the green one can hit really hard if you debuff the targets, right? They're like support characters per se, so it will be interesting to see if they give us like an Eastin, if she's gonna be a DPS or just like an insanely broken support that can do DPS, right? Anyways, there is more. So there's a special disaster battle, as you can see, that's unlocked, and interesting, Valenti is the one we're gonna be fighting, right? Before we fought Lilia, and then we fought Camilla. This time it looks like we're fighting Valenti. Yeah. Okay, so I see a couple different teams here. It's gonna be interesting to see what works and whatnot. So we have Tarmiel, I guess that's assault mode Meliodas. Then we have the one. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see if this is the best team. Oh wait, hold on, pause. They said the special disaster fight is unlocked, awaken. But the thing is, I thought we would be fighting Valenti, but I'm seeing Lilia and then I saw Camilla. Are all 3 of them gonna be here? See, that's Big Snake Lilia, everybody's favorite waifu. And I'm just joking. I know some of you guys like Jericho and stuff. See? So oh yeah. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna be fighting all 3 of them, because the first fight here with Sariel. Wait, why is there 2 Sariels? Oh, right, 2 people fighting at the same time. I guess their units got killed off. Okay. Anyways, so the first one has you fighting Valenti there, and then they just cut over to Lilia, and then yep, Camilla. Okay, so because they did the transition so fast, unless I paused it, I would not have actually seen that. So okay, all 3 of these boss fights are coming back. Interesting. And then the trio of troublemakers are here. Okay, so final boss Gilthunder is here. Interesting. So Ludocio, really? Derriere, Jenna, is that her name? Jenna or Zeneri? I always get them mixed up. I think the blue one is Jenna. Ludo in a final boss. Interesting. I might try this team out just for shits and giggles. I believe this final boss is super easy, so if you're a new player, you don't have to worry. I know like final boss Escanor was so hard that it made people kind of hate final bosses, but it's Escanor, right? It's supposed to be hard, but Here's the thing on JP, when they released this final boss, I gotta stop right clicking. Anyways, when they released this final boss, from what I remember, they didn't even give out costumes for these guys. I think they gave out a costume in the shop. You know how like when they drop the final bosses, like for example, Escanor is out right now, right? If you beat up Escanor enough times, you farm up tokens and you buy a costume for Escanor, which looks really cool. For the first time ever, we're gonna get a final boss, but the final boss is actually not gonna have cosmetics, like a final boss cosmetic. It's gonna be like I think it was a cosmetic set for Diane, which made no sense to me, right? Because come on, bro. A final boss outfit for like Gilthunder or Grimmore or freaking Hauser would be dope. So I don't know why they skipped out on that on JP. Will be interesting to see what Global decides to do. Right. Either way, this is gonna be a super easy way to farm some gems. In case you guys are wondering what I'm gonna do in regards to these units, let's talk about Eastin just a little bit. So her first card here is basically the same as Green Merlin or Red Zeldris, where you can remove up to 3 gauges off one enemy, which is really good because Outrush is always a thing that people like to run. And then her second card here is actually pretty good. It removes debuffs, and then at level 2, it removes debuffs and then increase your defense related stats by 50% for 3 turns. That's pretty good, especially if you put her alongside Tarmiel. Try doing a team with this red Eastin with Tarmiel, Goofy, so you can get the rank up and get this to level 3, and then put, I don't know, Gilthunder in the back, blue Gilthunder or green Gilthunder. I promise you, they're not living from a Tarmiel ultimate. Nobody is, right? So she's actually a pretty good unit, like a pretty good like support type unit anyways. But she's also really good if you put her on a team with the other Catastrophe. So as you can see, decreased damage that allies take, unfortunately, is only from single target attacks. If it was from all attacks, by 6% for each. If only they had made it for all attacks, bro, the OC characters would see so much play because it includes the sub slot, right? So you can get like 24% damage reduction from running a full OC team. And to be honest, one reason why a lot of people don't run OC characters is because their substats are not really the greatest, especially people like Shin. He doesn't have very high like resistance and stuff, so like he can get killed off really quickly. But like this might actually help them stay alive a little bit, especially with this card. I can see what they were going for here, definitely. Would I be summoning for her? If I'm free to play, probably not. I skip. She'll be coming back on another OC banner. You'll get her eventually, right? She's a fun unit, but she's not gonna be like meta defiant, right? Her second card is essentially the same as Fake Elizabeth or Elect Ultimate, so you could pick her up and then use her instead of Valette for Guild Boss. Anyway, speaking of Valenti, Valenti is actually really good. She's essentially the green version of Sariel because she has that AoE Sever card that does big damage, and because the One and Liz are both blue units, she can pound them into dust, bro. And then she has this one of a kind card here, which is actually really good. It basically nullifies all skill effects except stance and recovery skills, right? It's so busted. What this does is essentially makes it so that if you hit Goddess Elizabeth with this and she puts up a shield, nothing will happen. There will be no shield. If you hit Goddess Elizabeth with this and then she ults, there will be no reflect. I don't even think they'll even get the heal. This thing is so busted, right? It's good that they only made it so that at level 3 it lasts for 2 turns and not 3 turns, because this is really good. So like for example, you hit Assault Mode Meliodas with this, he doesn't get the rupture damage off his card and he doesn't get the amplify damage off his other card. Sure, he still lowers your defense, but you can see that this card is really good. Okay, her passive also is pretty good. Increases the hero's pierce rate and crit damage by the value equal to 50% of the hero's crit resistance. It's very very specific. But this Valenti, I believe you want to go attack crit resistance with her. You can try triple crit resistance, but I feel like for CC and ideally for like as much damage as possible, it's probably best to go with attack crit resistance, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. For those of you guys who made UR gear for Valenti back in the day, you know, when you wanted to stall people out with resistance, yeah, unfortunately you're gonna have to make a whole new set. I didn't do that, so this is gonna be my first set for Valenti. Be interesting to see when they drop new versions of her, and that's also part of the reason why I think attack crit resistance is better, because like when they drop another version of her, like a red awakened version or a blue awakened version, the attack pieces will still be good, and then you could just easily swap out the crit resistance pieces for crit damage pieces if she turns into like a crit monster, like the one Escanor or something like that, right? Whereas if you go for triple crit resistance, and the next version of the Valenti here is not a crit resistance reliant character, then guess what? You have to make a whole new set if you want to play with that character in Elite PvP. So these are things you need to think about in advance, because those UR stones, man, they're rare, okay? Anyways, am I gonna summon on this banner? Should you summon on this banner? If the banner is as trash as it was on JP, you probably shouldn't summon, because 2 weeks from this banner, they're more than likely gonna either drop the collab that JP just got, or they're gonna drop Lolly Merlin, and Lolly Merlin is better than Valenti, so just keep that in mind. And the collab units be looking nice too, so if you care about ReZero, I would say you're probably want to skip. I'll decide what I'm gonna do later on this week, so leave me your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one. Peace.